Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bit of Demise. We do have an exciting match for you here today. It's going to be the Blight set starting off with Petroleum on Killer. We do have Momo playing Blight, and the opponent is going to be Ominous. Petroleum versus Ominous. I'm really excited to see what happens here. What do you think, Cruz? How is this set going to go down?
Well, hello, puppy, and yes, welcome to Bitter Demise. It's the one and only Momo 7 on the Blight, so
You can
that's I
tell
gotta
with how
say,
early that down is.
that's a very early down. You'll love to see it. That's certainly the recipe for a good start to the game. We're putting Sea Fish right in the basement here.
Definitely a good start here for Petroleum. We're going to have to see our survivors working on the gens really aggressively here to kind of counter this early game pressure. We do see a Hex Totem as well, right near Shack. So Momo's really going to have to keep an eye on this end of the map if he wants to keep that Hex Totem up. He isn't camping, which is a really good start. He's more aggressively wanting to monitor these gens and keep an eye on this 3-gen up top side, which is going to be difficult. We do see him going back here, back to Shack, back to protect that unhook. We do know
He
somebody
does
is
see
coming
someone coming
in.
in for the unhook.
We're going to see a happening and a hit here on the Kate as we potentially, I would say, might be going for the tunnel out, but I'm not sure it's the best decision because you would want fresh hooks, I think, in this scenario. You do see some nodders
A
from
little
both
bit of
sides here. It's good to see a little bit of friendly banter between the teams. We do see a beautiful firecracker there from what I can only imagine was clownfish here. And it's going to throw our killer off ever so slightly, but really good predictions here from Momo, knowing the pathing of our survivor without being able to see him. That's how you know you've been playing the game for too long, but incredible skill nonetheless. We are going to be seeing a mind game here, a mind game back. He does wrap around the other side. Momo's still going to get the down here, catch him on window, I think, and we do fake, but still going to get the down. Continue with the tunnel out here. Try and make it a 3v1 as early as possible. Goes for the slug
We
instead,
did see the
actually.
survivors resetting over here, so it looks like he's going to keep Sea Fish on the ground, possibly suspecting a decisive strike.
It could be a decisive. You could be correct. We do see a second gen popping. Ominous doing very, very well so far. I'm sure.
Well, if he did suspect the decisive strike, then he probably wouldn't have tunneled him out. I guess he saw the auras there with the reset. I believe that was thanks to
Dying.
Undying. No, it
Correct,
couldn't have
correct.
been.
Yep, thanks to Undying.
No, because they weren't next to the Undying totem.
Oh,
I don't know
well, he hasn't
why.
kicked a gen, so no eruption value. So
Why did he see that aura? I don't know. But regardless, he saw the aura. He was going to interrupt. But
we are going to see a tag here on
uh,
our Claudette. Not Claudette, our Kate here. That's the tiredness kicking in. Kate, Claudette, same person, you know. We do see the unhook happening here on Clownfish, and a for the people play here from our Jake to prevent the tunnel out, and Momo does not care. Momo wants this tunnel out bad. He wants to make it a 3v1 as early as possible. We do see a down on our Jake here, but once again, Momo could care less right now. He wants the ace out of the game right now, and he plans to put that into motion, put them plans into action as we're going to go for the tunnel out here.
it was a questionable use of for the people. I don't think it really did them much good there. Uh, Not really putting any resistance
Momo
to
here
Momo
hesitant,
getting the hit
thinking
onto
there's a head
S-Dog.
on, not sure whether to get it, thinking there could be a DS. Momo in two minds here, not sure what to do.
He'll
He's
have to make up his mind.
He does see the K and just get a beautiful tag. And we do see that hop
Not
out of the locker. We do see once again some aura because of Undying. And
The
we do see a
things
dead
are
heart
slowly falling apart here for our survivor team. We have two
slugged on the
survivors
floor.
on the ground.
Yeah, it's a bad
Yes.
situation to be honest with you. I do think somebody here has decisive. It's just a question of who it is at this stage of the game. It feels like, oh, we do see another gen popping here from Ominous. Actually, they're picking up the pacing. So what seems to be unraveling, actually, they're picking things back up here.
Yes, it looks like they are on track to get at least a decent result against Momo's Blight. We do see the death coming on to Seafish with three generators popped. A 4K1 or a 4K naught are both very respectable very respectable results against a killer like Blight. But we'll have to see if they manage to get another generator popped here, especially with OC uh, very quickly going on the hook and S-Dog still not having being reset.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous situation. We see Momo going back to bottom now, keeping an eye on that totem. Keeping an eye on the Janet Shack. We did hear some regression thanks to Ruin. I don't know if Momo did hear it. He might just be going back to the unhook here. I'm not worried too much about that gen right now. I want him to keep the pressure he's got at the moment.
Oh, and he read. Oh, but he has the. Ah, he's not going to be able to last for very long. We're going to see if we can find our Dwight unholy, suspecting maybe he's but no, well, no, excuse me. We see the deliverance play coming in. But yeah, things have gone from bad to worse. Every survivor is injured right now. Unholy is zoned edge map. It's only a matter of seconds before he goes down, and the other two survivors still need to reset, but I don't think they're going to have the time.
No, it looks like a bad situation right now. We do see one slugged on the floor again. We see deliverance from OC here. Though he is of course broken for a short period of time. It's good that he didn't have to waste his teammates' time with unhooking him, but him being the only one standing now and being broken, yeah, Momo's playing this really well right now.
Well, Momo showing us just how dominant he is on this killer, not giving these survivors an inch of breathing room. Every time they get picked off the ground, he makes short work of them in a 10 or 15-second chase, and he's just going from injury to down to injury to down, and that's the game.
Yeah, it does look quite devastating right now. Really strong, dominant performance here
He
from
makes it look
Momo.
easy.
He does. It
He
makes it
really
look like
does.
it's no tough task, but I'm sure there's a lot going on in his mind, a lot of calculations here, and it's all showing, it's all on display right now.
Now just some cleanup here with Unholy. Still a reasonably strong showing from our Survivor team, but things began to fall apart there in the end game. Unfortunately, leaving their killer with, I think, a somewhat difficult win condition for a 4K3, which is not something
Yeah,
you
I think
typically see on a
especially
Blight, but not out of the question.
no, it's not out of question. I think a lot of it comes down to playstyle and communication on Survivor, and Petroleum's a team where they play all the time together, they scrim all the time together, they 1v1 each other all the time together. It's one of them where these are people who are actively every day playing with each other, and we see a lot of communication, a lot of good cooperation, lining up to take hits and stuff, and they're not a team what fails very often. So it's definitely going to be a tougher win condition, I think, because of that. Because you're going to have to almost split apart the troops, so to speak, and that's going to be a really difficult task. So I don't know if it's
And
going
as
to be
always,
doable.
with tough win conditions like this, I always am excited to see what builds our killer will cook up. So we'll have to see what Ominous has in store for us.
Exactly, and hopefully it's going to be a really exciting match, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in a few moments' time. We do see Momo, of course, closing the hatch here, and just waiting for the match to end here. It's a good match. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bit of Demise. We do have Big J here on Killer for Ominous. It's going to be Blight set with the current win con or tie condition being set to 4K2 and a win con being 4K3. It's a difficult order to cook up, but we're going to have to see what he can do here and what kind of pressure he can apply. What do you think is going to happen here? What's he going to have to do to get this rather crazy win con?
Well, hello there, puppy, and welcome back. Yes, we have Big J on the Blight. What we're going to need to see now is the same thing we saw in the first game, which is a quick down on this first survivor.
We do see a beautiful, almost like a pallet tech there, knowing the timing. We are going to see Corrupt Intervention being used. We do see a tag here on Julian. Is going to get some distance, but going to mind game here and waste some time and be able to get to the pallet here. Going to completely mind game this and wasting as much time as possible for his team. And this is what I mean with the coordination. He's only got the one pallet, but he's really wasting a lot of time for the killer here. Killer, in my opinion, right now probably needs to leave him. The chase has lasted too long, and this is probably 1.5 to 2 gens being worked on right now, being cranked out.
Unfortunately, breaking it on that side allows our survivor here to make other resources. I probably would have tried to break it on the other side there and keep him zoned edge map. But yes, we're gonna need to see this. We're gonna need to see this very fast. At this point in the first game, we had already gotten our down by now,
Exactly.
and if our killer's on track to beat or match this win con, either this down's got to happen right now, or he's got to leave this chase and go
He
back
needs
to.
to leave it. I think it's been too
He
long.
needs to leave
Julian's
this
playing
chase.
with him. Do see a down finally, but at what cost? We're about to see the gen spread coming up in a minute. I'm sure, probably 3 separate gens even. I'm sure it's going to be bad, but we're going to wait and see. I could be wrong. They could be wanting to go for head-ons or something, but I very highly doubt this is of Petroleum's nature. There's 2 gens at least. Makes it a really difficult
Now,
win con now.
Puppy, am I allowed to talk about the perks, or do I have to wait till they are revealed?
No,
I
there's a
forget what.
5-minute delay. Go for it, mate.
Okay, with the 5-minute delay, all right, that's good. So we do see corrupt intervention, we see ruin, we see eruption, and we see gift of pain. Gift of pain is a perk that has been gaining a lot of popularity recently. We saw it originally. We were seeing it primarily on Dracula sets,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess people realized, well, wait a minute, there's nothing really special about Dracula sets. This perk is just generally good on lots of killers.
Yeah.
So we've been seeing it. Even when pain res is allowed, we've seen people forego pain res to run gift of pain, and we're gonna see how much value Big J can squeeze out of it.
We are going to see Momo going in for the unhook here, and we're going to go with the tunnel out instead of the fresh. At this point, there isn't really a right or wrong option. The time's been wasted already. And honestly, he needs to try and slug them all, which obviously it's hard enough to hit them, let alone slug them. So I don't know. It might be a bit too late here. We do see, I believe that was Ruin being taken out of the equation right now.
Correct. Yeah, unfortunately, the survivors are just much better at keeping these chases going for longer than what we saw in the first game against Momo, where Momo was just making short work of the survivors. Um, the, both chases combined on Julian probably crossed into the 2 or 3 minute threshold at this point. And we only have one hook stage, and we're already at our win con, which means
Wow.
we
And
are now
there goes,
past our
yeah.
win con. We are at our tie con. Our killer would need to hold it here, and that's just simply not something that he can do.
No, it definitely is very difficult. We do see that finally the down, but like you said, at what cost? We've lost the gens, and there's been a lot of time wasted here. It's one of them where he needed to realise that the survivor was very much wasting his time and needed to move on and try and get other people. Even if it's just throwing them off the generators, it's still wasting their time and they have to regroup. So
Unfortunately, his perks not doing him many favors in this game. Corrupt not doing a lot of favors because of that long, uh, well, just not being able to capitalize on the pressure. Ruin getting cleansed relatively
beautiful
early,
crouch tech there.
and simply not getting enough stages to capitalize on something like Gift of Pain, not getting enough gen kicks to capitalize on Eruption. So our killer not playing with a lot of resources here.
Yeah, and it's definitely making things awkward for him. The Ruin, I don't really think he got much value out of it either. I would have maybe picked a more aggressive build. Maybe he could have gone with Infectious or something. Like, I know it took him a while to get Julian down, but he would have got info and he could have tried for a slug strategy there. There's different ways he could have played this out, and he has gone the more traditional route, but unfortunately he's just not got
You
value,
know,
like you said.
I think that just has to do with some killers have different philosophies when you're faced with kind of what seems like an insurmountable win con. You know, there's two different approaches here. You can go for that all-out build and try and get snowball pressure and end up with something like 4K4, or you can just stick to what you know best, just play your game, play what you know how to play, and just let the dice fall where they may.
That makes sense. Yeah, we are. Ooh, we're not even going to see the final down here on Julian. It's upsetting to see. We do see right now 2 stage with 1 fresh, and yeah, it's been a hard fight for this killer, and he's not on the winning end of it, unfortunately. to be able
Big
to
J
two-stage a
certainly
Blight.
with our killer certainly with experience on the Blight, but just as I said before, Momo making it look too easy,
Yeah,
and these survivors really just showing us how it's done, providing excellent map pressure. Julian being the MVP, just making those chases last pretty much the entire game, and it looks like they're all going to walk out of here.
yeah, I think it has been a masterclass display. As you said, it's been a really strong performance from Petroleum on both ends. The killer performance from Momo was absolutely incredible, really showing everybody how to play Blight. And here, the chases from Julian, which has been absolutely insane. Just overextending stuff, and I do believe we're going to see him go for Hatcher as well, with a firecracker play there. So just dominating as we're going to see a
Yes,
4 out here, if I'm not mistaken.
this is just something we've come to expect from a team of such high caliber as Petroleum. We've seen such amazing results from them. They're a well known, well respected team. They work hard. They play well together, and um, yeah, they're enough said. It's Petroleum.
Yeah, exactly. It's not many times you see Petroleum lose. They do sometimes have a bad day, but
But
maybe 1 out of
enough of
20
that
days.
talk. I making it sound like the game's over. The game's not over.
We've
This
still
is the
got another
first
set
set.
coming.
We got an entire another set coming,
This
and
is
everything
true.
can turn on its head.
It is the world of comp. It's very true. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bitter Demise. We do see our second set here. It's going to be our Hillbilly set with Ominous on the killer. It's going to be Clownfish running a very traditional build. What do you think about this build, Cruz?
Yes, hello, puppy. Since our viewers have the perk screen on, I'll just give them a brief rundown of the build that you and I see here. Our hillbilly player not even giving me time for introductions. We already have the first down on a Julian. Boy, was that fast! But that's something we've really come to expect from such a high pressure, high energy killer like the hillbilly. But the build that you and I see, we see are a very classic combination of perks on the hillbilly. We like most hillbilly sets, we do without corrupt. It wouldn't be useful to us
Exactly,
getting
it would go down
downs
too quick.
as quickly as hillbilly. But we see our ruin and undying classic combo. We see the new and improved buffed hex crowd control, also helping to mask the ruin totem there. And we see the eruption perk for when our ruin and undying gets cleansed, just to provide just ever slightly more gen pressure.
Yeah, we are going to see confirming second here. So Julian's, of course, going to be coming this across. Uh, Worth an interesting note, we do see Momo running the no midder here. IGL, our captain, running no midder. Going to be calling the shots. So really interesting to see him choosing that perk. So I assume our killer will
Yes,
try and stray away from chasing Momo in this particular
I
match.
think that's something we've come to expect on these hillbilly sets, just because in so many hillbilly games you don't really care about being injured. One, because the hillbilly is going to insta down you,
Hmm.
but two, also it just makes the billy's job harder because it takes away the option of slugging all the survivors with the no matter survivor's ability to pick themselves up.
Exactly. Very well said. And we do see an unhook actually happening, and our killer, unfortunately, getting the wrong survivor here. We have seen also Petroleum doing one gen. We're going to go for the tunnel out here on Julian, not making it as he did run upstairs instead of the window. We see a double gen pop here from Petroleum.
Ooh,
Really good start, really lifting their feet off the ground, knowing that, like you said, it's a high pressure killer and things can go bad really, really fast.
I would say start, but they've already gotten 3 gens done. This is going really fast.
Well, you know what they say, it's like the speed of money. You've got to be fast or you can't be in the game. And we see a beautiful firecracker play there and our killer dodging it. We do see Undying being taken out of the equation with only crowd control, ruin and eruption left in the ball game here. Do see a pallet stun there from Julian. Here's that attitude, that cockiness again, that swag. And our killer being smart enough this time to leave Julian.
Unfortunate. We would have liked to seen that quick down onto Julian. Taking that survivor out of the game is just the pressure you need to secure a good result. But hopefully, if we can see a quick down onto Acid, we may be able to recoup some of that pressure.
Oh, it's not looking like it's going to be fast right now. As we see our killer struggling with acid going Fundos here. We are going to go back right near to dump truck here. Keep an eye on this gen pressure. Some really good curving here, and another totem being taken out. Beautiful down with some
Beautiful,
insane
beautiful.
curves
Just
on
catching
Exotic.
that Nia slightly off guard.
I must say, I feel like he's a top tier Hillbilly. Obviously, there could be some more pressure, but he's actually played things really well, really patiently. And now confirming another hook as well with another thrash. He's in a good position. I don't think we're going to see too much of a high stage outcome here, but at least hopefully minimum a 6 stage. So he just needs to play this carefully, calculated, and not let Petroleum get in his head.
Unfortunately, that's not the kind of result you typically aim for on Hillbilly, but certainly not a result that your team isn't able to work with. But it's not over yet.
We do see some time waste and some pre-drop pallets here from Momo, the name of the player. And we are
Unfortunately, our killer does not have time to be doing this. He needs to go look at those other generators.
gens.
Those two survivors are not going to be resetting. They are going to be plugging away on a generator. The
Oh, there's
Nancy
scratch
is
marks.
very comfortable to just keep the, and there it goes. The Nancy is very comfortable to just keep the Hillbilly in chase. Our Hillbilly trying to body block
Oh,
her,
I think
keep
getting away
her,
with it.
keep them both in the basement
He's
until he can exhaust that BT stack. He is able
don't
to do
pick.
so.
He gets this here, unless there's a DS, which might be the play.
Unfortunately, Julian is going to hop in the locker.
I
I
think it's
do
DS.
not believe this buys enough time
Oh,
for them to pick Exotic off the ground. So he should be able to pick up Exotic?
we actually
Question
might be
mark?
seeing a
Can he
really good
do it?
stage, but where's it gone? That's the question.
Where is Exotic? Oh, we need to make sure. Oh, where
Hatch,
is Exotic?
Hatch.
We gotta
Keep an eye
make
on
sure.
Hatch, kid.
Oh, did he give him No, he didn't give him Hatch, but we
He's
have
got
to
to
go
find
find
him.
him.
He almost had it.
Oh, barely, barely.
And I don't think Exotic was hooked prior, so I do think this is 3 more stages, if I'm not mistaken.
Not the game our killer probably wanted to see, but he kept his head in the game, and he at the end he pulled out a respectable result there with was that 2K6 or 2K7?
7. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bitter Demise. We're here with our second half, the second set here. It's going to be a Hillbilly set with Momo from Petroleum playing Killer. It's all or nothing on this one. It's either going to go tiebreaker or it's going to be a train wreck. We're going to see what happens, what Ominous can cook up on the Survivor, and how Petroleum will be doing on the Killer here.
Hello, puppy. It's good to be back, and lo and behold, we see the exact same build that Momo was
Ooh,
bringing. That our kill. Oh, that's a very quick first down. We
another
saw that in the
first
Blight
down, yep.
game. We see that in this game. But we see Ruin Undying, we see Crowd Control, and we see Eruption. Very run-of-the-mill classic build. It'll serve him well. But we have Clownfish already on the hook, very quick down. Our killer seeing if he can catch somebody else out.
Oh, some beautiful mind games there.
Beautiful curves.
Gonna get the down on Unholy here. It's not
Oh, and
looking
this
too
might be
hot.
over before it even begins.
I feel like Momo just has, like I said, there's a lot of little timers going off in his head, very well calculated, and he's just got that very aggressive comp mindset, very technically proficient here, knowing
And
already,
Hillbilly being
predicting.
one of the oldest killers in the game, it has given so many players so much time to just perfect the subtle mechanics. And for such an ancient killer, we've seen a lot of people get really, really good, and we see some insane stuff happen with this killer.
Yeah, most definitely. We do see the pickup here on Unholy. Momo caring more about enforcing second stage here, as he, like I said, wants to go for a really strong win con here. I can't really blame
Yeah,
him.
he knows there's no point in chasing anyone else out, securing the second stage. You know, that's as much pressure as you need right there. That's as much or more pressure than you'll get from starting another chase with one of the other survivors.
I do see the
We do
unhook
see the
happening.
second stage and the unhook coming onto Clownfish. Our killer going back, seeing if he can get that quick M1. Clownfish drops the pallet.
Oh, very close to not get that. We're going to see Clownfish, I think, going down again. He doesn't make this pallet. Yeah, and I think
Do we see the
failing.
pallet save?
Yeah,
They
I
have
think
to.
actually we
Just a
did see a
wonder.
of people used as well on clownfish, and still no value out of it, unfortunately.
I don't. That's not for the people. That's our
Oh, that's our no midder. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was a little confused there, puppy. For
I forgot. It's
yes.
late. Yeah, no, sorry. Thank you for the correction there. We do see no mither on our Jake here. Obviously, he's being avoided and chased for that reason. We're going to try and get Clownfish out of the game. Our killer Momo being ever so cautious here, anticipating a pallet save. We did see Breakable?
Ooh,
No, Soul Guard
no.
perhaps.
Oh, I don't know.
We do see the first
There
gen
are
popping,
18
but
different perks in this game that give that effect. I don't
huh,
play enough Survivor to know them.
that is a lot of perks.
No, I just made that
Oh,
number up. I don't know actually how many perks.
probably about 5 off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay.
We do
We do see the
see,
aura from
yep, from Undying,
Hex
I do
Undying.
believe.
Actually, one of the underrated, but perhaps not underrated, underappreciated effects of the perk. Undying, if it weren't for that aura, would be actually run a lot less often than it does. People would instead opt for some random miscellaneous hex perk that provides some other value and mask the ruin totem, but it doesn't just mask the ruin totem, it also provides that aura, which can give you some great info.
Yeah, I agree. It is definitely very commonly used. There's a lot of attributes to the perk which make it
Our
a very
survivors
commonly used
putting up a
one.
fight.
They
What we
are.
thought was going to be a very quick game is not. They've kept their head in the game, and uh, two generators already being popped. Uh, Momo trying to get this M1 around this bus tile here, but our survivors doing a great job just hanging in there.
Oh, and a third gen. Fight is coming back, and we see Momo actually struggling now.
Yes, but unfortunately, Momo has something at this point in the game that the other Hillbilly did not, and that is a kill at two generators left. And
Yeah, and I feel like that's definitely where
with
the
the
tide's going to turn
3v1,
now.
that's the secret sauce. You need that kill.
Balance
We do
landing
see the
play.
BL here, just escaping the grasp with the N1, but that kill is what you need to
Oof.
get the pressure going because you can hold a 3v1 as killer. You can't hold a 4v1. The survivors are always going to beat you on the 4v1. So you need to get
Exactly.
that to a 3v1 as quickly as you can.
Oh, beautiful down there. Really, like I said earlier, technically proficient at this killer. A lot of time to learn him, being one of the earliest in the game, as you said, and a lot of people have just got to next level with Hillbilly, and it's amazing to
We
see.
will leave Unholy on the ground, uh, knowing that
Interesting prediction there from Momo with the edge map near filler. Really, really unique.
we do see a survivor working on the generator there. That is S-Dog. No, excuse me. That is OC. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like our survivor has any resources around here, so the chainsaw will come in. Oh, she did have that pallet, but was not able to pass through it. The chainsaw coming quickly. Our killer leaving her on the ground, knowing that the other two survivors um, are injured and could be very easy downs. And he's trying to just put this game away.
Yeah, he's trying to put it to bed right now, and we do see some good chases here, some good downs from Momo. Trying to extend the chase here. We do see a pre-drop with the pallet, getting the stun, but this is where you get in a bad position. Momo's going to leave, and he's going to apply more pressure to other areas. Going back to that slug right now.
Unfortunately, even though the survivors have been doing a good job with some of these chases, at this point, it doesn't matter because they from here on, basically to the end of the match, they're not going to have time to do any significant generator progress, and uh, especially with these resources beginning to dwindle,
Yeah.
Momo is just going to be able to hop from one down survivor to the next until they're all down. So at this point, it's really just a matter of time.
That firecracker
Although
prediction.
we might see one more gen pop, but I find it unlikely.
Yeah, it's
Momo
definitely
just
a
deciding to
worsening
take the stage
situation.
rather than slug the survivor. Obviously, the no mither survivor able to pick themselves up.
Yeah, you do kind of
So
have to make that call at this stage.
correct. Yeah, but again, it's just a matter of time. These injured survivors don't have a lot of resources. They don't have much gen progress, and there's going to be trading hook stages until we get to the end of the game here.
And it's looking that way. We see another hook happening. And Unholy, the only one left standing right now. And it's just an unideal situation right now. It's really not good. We're just seeing a snowball, like you said, and there's not much else survivors can do. We do see a beautiful crouch tech there, though, from S-Dog. But yeah, we're just going to turn it into a down again. They're not going to be able to withstand this onslaught here from Momo.
Yes, it looks like this will be the final chase of the game. Unholy not able to leave this tile. Oh,
We
we see an attempt at a beautiful flick
crouch
there,
tech.
not
He's
quite
doing well, but like you
landing
said,
it.
there's not much to play for. Maybe if he's lucky, he could go for hatch, but like there's a lot of time. There's still somebody being slugged. Yeah. We do see. Was that S-Dog getting himself off the hook? Wait, no. Oh, he
No,
left him
S-Dog
slugged. Oh
picking
yeah.
himself up off the ground. He was left slugged. Uh,
I think Momo
Getting
forgot about
OC
it.
before he's able to go into second stage here. Um,
That's
our
good.
survivors, good on them being good sports, just playing it out.
Bro, what is he
Even
doing?
though, well,
What is he doing?
reasonably good sports. Ah, pulls him off of the totem.
That was quite funny, actually. We do love to see the banter here from these two teams having a very enjoyable time, a very fun time. It might be competitive, but it doesn't mean you can't have fun when it has all gone to hell
You're always allowed to
sometimes.
crack a smile.
Exactly.
Yes. But still, our survivors not making it too easy for Momo, making him spend a little bit of effort to clean everything up. But I think that's really good for team morale, that you were able to um, give, not get the result you wanted, but at least give Momo a run for his money. At least keep your head in the game. At least pop those three generators, have some good chases, and
Exactly.
just come out of the game just stronger than you went into it. Even though you didn't get the result that you wanted to see.
No, exactly. We do see a really strong performance here with OC being the only one standing. We do see them still fighting back and still getting the unhook here. Real good endurance from these survivors to stay in the game, keep their chin up, and yeah, to try and fight against us.
Survivors definitely showing that they do know how to play against Hillbilly. Unfortunately, Hillbilly, if played correctly, will give you very oppressive results like the 4K2 we are going to see out of this game. Just a very, very strong S tier killer that has always left his mark on the competitive scene.
Exactly. We do see another hook here, making it right now a 10 stage. And I think it's inevitable to say we're seeing a 4K2. It has
Yeah,
been for a
it's
while.
only a matter of time here. Just some housekeeping here from Momo. Maybe trying to orchestrate a sprint for the hatch, just to see if it can be done, but that'll be hard to do.
I think Momo was looking to see if somebody was trying to work on
OC
a final
letting
gen.
go, so Momo will return to
He
Shack
knows.
uh, to close the hatch before Unholy can get there.
And beautiful.
Unholy perhaps waiting at one of the exit gates. But just being able to have visibility on both exit gates means that There's nothing that Unholy can do at this point, and Momo will just stand there until either he sees him or the endgame collapse runs out.
Hey, Momo knows. Momo's getting a bit bored, a bit impatient here. Oh, there we go, he saw the lights.
Momo the goat.
Just like a switch in his head, he knew, he saw, and he's going to be there in a matter of seconds as well. The weapon? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a very old one. I've seen it used by a couple of other Billy mains. I think it's quite old. I can't tell. I think Momo's just having a good day. He's won 2 games in a row today, and I think Momo's having a happy day. Like I said, he's having a really good day. His team's won 2 out of 2 today, so you can't complain about that. That is correct. No, it's been a very amazing performance from both sides. Some good laughs towards the end as well, and I hope everybody has enjoyed it.